Hey there, future sailors. Today I'm diving into the fascinating world of maritime terminology. Whether you're an aspiring marine biologist, a naval architect, or just someone who loves the ocean, understanding these essential ship terms will definitely come in handy. So let's get started. First off, let's talk about the bow. The bow is the front part of the ship. Think of it as the ship's nose slicing through the water. Opposite to that is the stern, the rear end of the ship. If you're standing at the stern, you're at the back of the boat, looking at where you've been. Next up, we've got port and starboard. These are the left and right sides of the ship, respectively. Here's a trick to remember. Port and left both have 4 letters, so port is left, starboard is right. Ever heard of the hull? That's the main body of the ship, the part that floats in the water. It's like the ship's skeleton and skin combined, providing structure and buoyancy. Now, let's talk about the deck. The deck is essentially the floor of the ship. There can be multiple decks on a ship, like different floors in a building. Moving on to bridge. This is the command center of the ship. From here, the captain and officers navigate and control the vessel. Pretty cool, right? Don't forget the keel. The keel is a structural element that runs along the bottom of the ship from bow to stern. It's crucial for the stability of the vessel, like the ship's backbone. Now, a quick bulkhead. Bulkheads are vertical walls within the ship that divide its interior into compartments. They add strength and help prevent flooding by isolating sections of the ship. Let's not overlook the anchor. This heavy device is dropped into the water to keep the ship from drifting. It's like parking brakes for a ship. Lastly, let's cover mast. The mast is a vertical pole that supports the sails on the sailing ship. Even modern ships might have masts for antennas and other equipment. So there you have it. These essential maritime terms will definitely give you a head start in understanding and navigating the world of ships and the sea. Keep exploring, keep learning, and maybe one day I'll see you out there on the open water. Welcome to the fascinating world of maritime engineering. In this segment, we'll take an in-depth look at the anatomy of a ship through a detailed 3D model. Our journey begins at the main body of the ship that provides buoyancy and structural integrity. Next, we have the backbone of the ship running along the bottom, providing stability and strength. Moving upward, serves as the floor of the ship, where crew members perform their duties. Is our next stop, the command center, where the captain and officers navigate and control the vessel. Adjacent to the bridge, we find equipped with radar systems to detect other ships and objects at sea. Below deck, houses the main engines and machinery that propel the ship forward. The stern converts engine power into thrust, moving the ship through the water. It works in conjunction with the propeller to steer the ship, allowing it to change direction. On the deck, we have the mechanical devices used for hoisting and adjusting sails or cargo. Lastly, this is crucial for securing the ship in place when it needs to remain stationary. And there you have it, a comprehensive overview of the key components of a ship. Understanding these elements is essential for anyone interested in maritime activities. Ship terminology. Ship parts names with pictures. I bet you didn't know how ships are measured. Did you know that the world's largest ship is longer than the Empire State Building is tall? It's time to crack the code of ship talk. Let's start with the basics. The front of the ship, that's the bow. And the back, that's the stern. Easy, right? Next, you'll hear sailors talk about port and starboard. Port means left, and starboard means right when you're facing the bow. Ever heard of the crow's nest? It's a lookout point high up on the mast, perfect for spotting land or other ships. Now, if someone says weigh anchor, it means to lift the anchor and get moving. And here's a fun one, scuttlebutt. It's sailor slang for gossip, but originally it was a water barrel where the crew gathered and chatted. Finally, let's talk about knots. It's not just a twist in rope, it's also a measure of speed. 1 knot equals 1 nautical mile per hour. Ships are also measured by their length and weight. The length is the distance from the bow to the stern, and the weight is often referred to as the ship's displacement. To change direction, ships use a rudder, which is controlled by the helm. Turning the helm moves the rudder, steering the ship left or right. Now you're armed with some ship lingo, ready to impress your friends next time you're out on the water. Anchors aweigh and happy sailing.